How to make money trading stocks? Well, here's the secret. You need to get lucky. Lucky. Now, in all seriousness, it is all about luck, but in a kind of a create your own luck kind of way, which is totally possible. Now, the idea for this video came about based on some comments that I had in several of the YouTube videos. And I get it. I understand when you're new, when you're just getting started like these people, I'm assuming are. I fully realize it can seem like pure luck, pure randomness. Okay, that just looks like it's all guessing and that person just happened to be right. They happened to get lucky in that situation. So I'm not judging these people. I understand how it can be perceived when you are literally a beginner trader and you're just getting started. But I just want to focus on the fact that, yeah, it is actually luck. But as this one person says, I'll read you this comment, they kind of almost answer their own question in a bizarre type of way. So the first comment, we'll put it up on the screen here, but the person says, and now when he says he's just referring to somebody else that was making comments, actually has some good points. You do get lucky a lot. So from that perspective, okay, this person seems to think that it's luck, but then they also throw in the words, a lot, which brings about the question, okay, if something happens a lot, is it actually luck or maybe, just maybe, is it some sort of skill? Is there some sort of system? Is there some sort of strategy that's actually creating all the luck, which, like I said, this person admitted does happen a lot. And yes, of course, you do need to get lucky, but really what at the core you're trying to do is create your own luck. And that brings up the question, okay, well, Clay, how do you create your own luck? What is actually going on that's making you money that appears to be, luck, but it does happen a lot. And then I got this second comment, and we'll put up on the screen here too. And this other person says, looks like just guessing where it's going to go. And to be fair, it is a guess. I am just guessing. All traders are guessing. Let me put it this way. If you're not guessing, if you know for sure, then the FBI might be knocking on your door at any day because apparently you're trading with inside information because there's no such thing as a guarantee. Nobody knows anything. So yes, it looks like I'm guessing because I am guessing. And I should also note that this is one of your first videos. I offer a segment with just all live trading videos and I'm sitting there live trading. So that's where these comments are coming from. But again, it goes back to the fact of, yes, first off, you're not supposed to know anything. You don't know anything unless you have inside information. But don't trade on that unless you want to, meet whoever's in the jail cell next to you. But yeah, you want to be guessing. You want to be getting lucky. But how do you actually do that? Well, we have Trader Tom here. And Trader Tom's goal is 2 words. He needs to focus on 2 words. And these 2 words, if done right, are going to create luck, right? He will get lucky. He will actually make money. And what are these 2 words? These 2 words, most likely. That's what Trader Tom's job is as a trader. That's what my job is as a trader. That's what your job is as a trader. Is you're looking for situations where you can look at them and say with confidence, you know what? This, that, or the other is most likely to happen. Now, the key being most likely, not guaranteed. And that's why risk management and all that is very important because you're not saying, oh, that's for sure going to happen. It's no. Based on these criteria, based on these observations, this is more likely to happen than not. It's most likely to occur. And then that's what all of a sudden seems to create luck. And like I said, in this person's quote unquote, a lot. Meaning when you focus on those most likely situations, well, because it's most likely to happen, yeah, you're going to get, trades where a lot of time they go in your favor. Now, not all the time, but a lot of time. And that's where the whole crutch of creating or trading revolves around is yes, it is true, it's a guess. But when you're guessing and this guess is based upon dynamics that make it more likely to happen than not, well, then you're going to put yourself in a situation where you can continue to grow and be consistent. And all of these comments actually prompted another video, which I did a few weeks ago. So I'll put a link down to that video below, but it actually shows an entire month of my personal results. And within that month, as a little spoiler, I had only 1 losing day, right? So I get it. You could sit there and say, well, Clay, you only had 1 losing day because you just got lucky the entire month. Like, That's super actually really good lucky to only have one losing day out of 20. I guess you're like 95% lucky. Or else, to be fair, maybe I am lucky. Maybe I'm just the luckiest person ever, and I've been super lucky since, I started trading. I suppose that is a possibility. But all I would ask you is to consider is, or maybe the possibility is I've identified things that are most likely to happen, and then I put my money where my mouth is and let the probabilities play out over time. Now, like I said, all I'm asking is maybe is that a potential situation? So when it comes to the most likely, you need to be gauging this. And there's lots of ways to gauge it. For me, it's all about technical analysis, right? The use of charts, technical analysis. If you have ever seen those things, when you first see them, they kind of look like the Matrix. But that's what I'm not saying this is the holy grail. I'm just saying for me personally, this is what I'm using to generate those most likely situations, which then, is going to create luck for yourself. But as far as the getting lucky, by focusing on most likely, by using technical analysis, there is still another part to it. And that's where within technical analysis, you also need money/risk management, right? You need to make sure that you are focused on how to gauge, how to handle these most likely situations. Because again, and I realize I'm emphasizing this, but I don't want it to come across as there are certain situations out there where you're guaranteed to make money. Like it will make money. No, you're not. It can be highly likely that you make money, but you might be wrong, which is why you got to make sure that you manage your money, your position size the right way. You got to make sure that you understand the risk, because in the event you're wrong, yeah, you might get lucky on several, but all it takes is one and all those gains can be gone. So that is really the crux to making money in the trade. You do need to get lucky. You have to be lucky, but at the core, you peel back that one layer and you got to create your own luck. And you create your own luck by finding those most likely situations. I personally find those most likely situations using technical analysis, but because you can be wrong, you still need to have that next layer there of money and risk management. So that is how it breaks down, and that is how, to these people that were making those comments, yes, I am guessing. Yes, I suppose I'm getting lucky a lot, but the reason why it's happening a lot is because of this sequence we've just talked about. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully you found this I'm not going to say that it was a mind-blowing thing, but I will tell you that these are just a couple of comments that I chose. I get comments like this. I don't want to say all the time, but enough where I know that there's people out here that kind of need to hear this sort of stuff, because apparently a lot of people just think this trading just happens to be a dart throw and you're making random guesses and you're kind of rolling the dice and seeing what happens. And no, now it can be treated that way, but that doesn't mean that it's actually gambling, it's actually luck, it's actually any of that. No, there's a skill, there's systems, there's strategies that need to be put into place that can actually make it seem as though somebody is just, man, they get lucky all the time. No, it's that there's more to it than just random blind luck. So if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Even if it's just a little thumbs up emoji, little comments like that go a long way in letting me know that you enjoy these videos and you would like for me to continue to make them. Then also check out the channel as a whole. There's live trade videos. There's a good variety of videos. So check those out and hopefully you like what you see enough to hit that subscribe button, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But yeah, get out there and start to create your own luck. Lucky. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.